All right, what's up, everybody? This is a video response slash inspired video of sorts from Bio Phoenix. What's up, Bio? He did a video, game reviews I scrapped. This is similar, although it's more so just any type of video that was an unfulfilled video for me. It was a video I had an idea for that I just haven't fully executed, and that's why it doesn't exist on the channel. But it exists up here, and it exists in here because I like making videos. So much so that I actually have not just this, but this. I have 2 marble notebooks full of ideas for videos that I've done or wanted to do. Most of them in these books I've done, but some of them I haven't, and some of them aren't in here too. But I wrote them down, and there's, I think, 7 types of videos that I want to work on that I haven't done, and I'm ready to talk about them. So I think it's best to start with game reviews. I have a playlist of almost 100 game reviews at this point. I do cheat a little bit. I put some of the button mapper reviews on there that I did, but sometimes I actually double up and I'll do a review for that game on this channel. I think I've been cautious about that though, because I don't want to retread too much ground. I don't want it to be boring for people, but I do think there is benefit in me kind of putting a whole video project together. So a couple ones that I want to do that I haven't yet done are probably the Dragon Quest games, the Zelda games. I do want to continue on the Mega Man path, at least through the mainline games, or at least the retro ones. I don't know. I really don't know what I want to do with Mega Man. It's anything goes. Castlevania I want to do, but I think what's difficult about Castlevania is Castlevania. Castlevania 2 and 3 are obnoxiously difficult. Well, maybe not 2. I don't think that has the same level of difficulty as 3, but yeah, even with save states, I'm tired of Castlevania 3. So if I do continue Castlevania, I'll probably just move on from the NES ones, and that will be how I approach the reviews going forward. Mega Man, you know, that's up in the air, right? If there's a direction that you want, you know, you can let me know. And that's kind of the beauty of this video, is like, if there's an idea that sticks out to you that you want to see me do, the comments is for you. Zelda's, you know, I mean, I want to do something more than just reviews for them, but I think that's a good launching off point, and I'm going to come back to those later. With the Dragon Quests, I have actually played 1 through 7 and 9 to the credits. It's just that I've done videos with Spencer on his channel, and again, I worry about the overlap, so I usually don't do reviews for them. But I have done like the Dragon Quest Monster Memories, which kind of allows me to talk about them, but that's not necessarily an unfulfilled video idea. I think I actually just stopped doing those. I'm not that interested in continuing them. But that's game reviews. The next one that I want to talk about I guess is a natural extension, and it's deep dives. This is not a series that I've done, and I don't even know what I would frame it as, like majority of the game or something. So I had 2 of these planned. The first one was for Shin Megami Tensei 5, and the next one was for Pokemon Legends Arceus. Both of those games I played either to 100% or right around 100%. The reasons I didn't go into either was a little different. Basically, my concept was, like, look, I played 100% of this game. There's so many talking points for me. Whether it be my experience completing the Pokemon decks, what's my experience with, like, the combat system. It's basically like what I was doing anyway with the Majora Speak segments, but just around one game. And then I would clip them into segments and then post them. I think that does run a risk, though. I find that sometimes the clips don't really perform too well. So that stops me sometimes. What stopped me from doing this for Shin Megami Tensei 5 was Shin Megami Tensei 5. On my playthrough of the 4th storyline, there are 4 alternative endings. I was on the 4th one. I was just so burned out. Because I was playing it back to back, and I was playing the same game over and over again. I almost had 100% of the demons. It was a real chore getting the last demons. You had to complete very specific subquests that were oftentimes difficult to find. The fusions were fine. I think it's pretty self-explanatory in that game. I don't know why I put myself up to it. Because I was hating the game after a while. And I don't think I initially felt that way. I think I initially really liked the game. So that actually jaded me completely. With Pokemon Legends Arceus, I actually did 100% everything. I think maybe because I had the overlap on RPG Archive, I worried about doing another extensive video on it. But there are unique things that I experienced in Arceus that I wouldn't mind talking about. I think they'd be cool. I know that Dragon Quest Poppy has talked about doing a Pokemon Legends Arceus Nuzlocke run, so check him out if that's something that you'd like to watch. Pretty cool dude. But other games that I've thought about deep dives for, definitely the Zelda games, and it's something that I think, you know, my channel is centered around a Zelda name. Doesn't mean I have to do Zelda content, but it is a natural direction for me. I really like the majority of the Zelda games, so it would be fun. I think that would be a good time. So, you know, I just thinking about what is a majority deep dive. Like, what does that look like as far, and like, what would be interesting? What would be clippable? What would be worth posting segments of? You know, so that's a new video project idea. That's pretty much the only new video project idea. The rest are ones that I've tackled before. Speaking of which, we can talk about table topics. Oh yeah, that's a classic. Everybody loves the table topics, so much so that people have been begging for them, not begging, but requesting them at least, for the better part of a year, because I haven't done one in about a year. For those who don't know, Table Topics is a series where I invite you, the viewer, to make a video response to a video game related topic or question. We've done a lot of good ones, stuff about characters, stuff about, I don't know, like chill games. And I have a couple ideas that I haven't tapped into, but I've actually, you know, because I was getting stale on the series, I opened it up to the community. So in the Discord, I have a section called Community Table Topics, where you can list table topics ideas, and I'll put them into consideration. I got a couple good ones here, Graham Papo, Terry, and then I put even my suggestion. So, you know, table topics, I don't want to give up on, because I think it is a fun community activity to, like, get everyone talking, get video responses going, and to kind of open up the topics. You know, recently I was thinking about nostalgia, so I was asking for feedback in the Discord. So, yeah, that one I think I may tap into. But if you have ideas for table topics, first off, watch the old ones if you haven't. A lot of good responses, too. I have a playlist, the Community Table Topics playlist. You can see other people's responses. It's kind of the beauty of the series. And it's chill. There's no, like, deadline or anything. You can do a response to any topic at any time. Your call. So that's Table Topics. Another video that is an unfulfilled video, I had a whole page for here. I could try looking for it. But basically, if you remember the original Majora T Speaks, that was a series where I asked for comments, and I would read the comments and then engage with them on the video. And those were cool. I think Table Topics is a natural extension of that. But one Majority Speaks idea that I didn't do, that I'm wondering if this could even work for Table Topics or not. It was the future of Star Fox. So, like, I would ask, like, what do you think the future of Star Fox is? And I don't know. I thought that there was potential there. I haven't really asked very game-specific table topics before. So, I don't know if that's a decent direction to go in, like, a question centered around one specific game. I feel like people can talk about Star Fox, like, what would be the future of it, etc. So, you know, I don't feel like that one's too obscure. That's kind of my fear with some of the table topics, is that they are too obscure and maybe people don't have a talking point. So I just want it to be accessible and engageable for the audience. So that was an idea. Majora T speaks the future of Star Fox, but we could turn that into table topics if that's something people want. You gotta let me know what you want, people. What do you want? Well, what do I want? I wanted to do narrative analyses. I did a couple for Star Fox games. My whole reason for doing them for the Star Fox games was I had never done a whole long scripted video on an analysis of a game, and specifically around narrative. So I wanted to start with something easy. I started with Star Fox. I did 3 of them. It took me, I did this in the summer a couple of years ago, but it took me so long to write the scripts, to put the video together. I think each one took me about a month. And you know, for doing it for Star Fox, it was like, for what? Well, for me, it was for practice. It was to practice so I could do it for Zelda games, to analyze the narratives in those games. I just don't know how much I care about obsessing over narratives or hyper-focusing on them. I don't know if obsession is the right word, but fixating on them. Because there's so much more to a game than a narrative. Narrative is one component, and it's a great component that I do care about. But I also, I don't know, I think some parts of me doubt myself. People probably do it better. So I think I have trouble getting over that hump. Like, I would love to do it for Dragon Quest V, for Zelda, you know, Majora's Mask, but it's like there's also so many videos out there. I don't usually subscribe to the notion that, you know, 1 million people have done this, so what's left to say? I usually don't care about that. But I also feel like I might be outclassed a little bit in that direction. So that, I think that may be a stumbling block for me. But I'm interested. I just also don't know, is it important for people to see a narrative analyzed, and how would you want that done? Would you want me to, you know, offer to, first off, explain what the narrative is, analyze what it means, analyze how I feel about it, and then kind of just give like a whole picture at the end of it? Like, I don't know. But I feel like there are games people would appreciate that for. Like, most people played Ocarina of Time, they could give their own narrative analysis, etc. So I know Terry really liked that series. He did one for Grandia 2, I believe. It's a great video. You should check it out. I really ought to play Grandia 2. Maybe me and Spencer can work on that or something. I don't know. But that's narrative analyses. Let me know what you think of those. Closing in the last 2 here. So this one is a popular series on the channel. It's one that actually gets views. It's just that I think I need a certain level of expertise in the game in order to do it. They are beginner's guides. So I've done a couple just off the cuff for like F-Zero X. I've done one for Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. And the views range in the thousands. People like how-to videos. And the beginner's guides are how-tos in a sense. So I don't just want to make a beginner's guide but I want to do it because I'm actually good at a game and I can offer you some value and some insight. So I don't know exactly which games I want to do, although Mega Man 1 has been on my brain. I've played it without the save states. So it could be kind of a beginner's guide to Mega Man, maybe even as a franchise. I might do maybe like a beginner's guide to turn-based RPGs. That could be fun, how to get into them. Maybe a beginner's guide for spaceship shooters. I really like spaceship shooters. I did a whole review series at one point. It's funny I didn't bring up any of them. I had a whole list of spaceship shooters I haven't covered that I'd like to. So, I don't know. My fear is overlapping with the reviews of the games, because I feel like I do talk about beginner's guides a little bit in reviews. It's just that the reviews don't get the views. It's the beginner's guides. So that's a weird thing. But something to think about. If there's a game you want me to divulge my expertise on, let me know. The last video series that I want to tap into, but has been kind of difficult to tap into, has been my creative music video projects. I've done almost 10 over the course of the past 10 years that are specifically gaming related. I've done some that are just like random, like freestyles over instrumentals that are completely unlisted. You can't watch those. But the ones that I've really appreciated that I've done that I've liked are like Lame Pass, MVG. I did the tribute songs for Spencer and Alex. And I have a couple in the works, in the mind. They're both SMT related, Shin Megami Tensei. The first one is around Raido Kuzunoa, and it was a track where the concept is do the Kuzunoa. It's so cool. I did over a Nocturne beat. I wrote one part, and then I'm halfway through the second part, and I was working on it as a collab. But I think what stops me from that is I've never finished a Raido game. I got really close with the second one. I had like 30 hours logged. But I do feel like I need more Raido language to write the Raido part. The first part I wrote from like a perspective of the Demi-Fiend, and so it's something I'm working through. But it's a really cool track. I have a whole dance choreographed for it. And then the second one is just, I was writing it for fun. It's like, I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Have you played SMT? Well, you better. It's the best RPG ever. And so on and so forth. And it's over a SMT4 track. And I guess it just conveys my passion for the game. So those are fun music video projects I want to work on. But I think what stops me from doing those is the whole prospect of making a music video. It's just so intense because getting all the clips, performing them right, putting it together, writing the track, recording the track, getting the parts out, and then there's the whole fear of the music being copyrighted. Usually it's not for video game instrumentals, but it is something that I have thought about. But I do want to work on those, and I think it would be fun. I think people would like them. So, I don't know. Those are 7 video project ideas that I haven't executed. They're unfulfilled, but I would consider fulfilling most of them. Not all of them, but most. Which ones are you interested in? What would you like to see me work on of those listed? Thanks, everybody. I appreciate your feedback. You can also join the Discord, give me some feedback on the table topics. That one's definitely coming soon. I got this whole summer to work on videos, so the creative juices are flowing. I'm ready to get them moving. Oh yeah. Thanks. Have a great day, and stay awesome.